Good morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, wherever and whenever you may be watching. Thanks for clicking. Today's video, going to be talking about the fragrance Insomnia by the house Faviol Safari. Stay tuned. I think it's pronounced Faviol Safari. Sorry if I've got that wrong. I'll leave it in the description, the website, because I think that is one of the only places where you can get this fragrance. It is an extrait de parfum. It's 50 mils, and on the website, delivered to the UK, it costs £62. I can't remember about shipping costs, but the actual price of the fragrance is currently £62, which is a good price for a 50 ml extrait de parfum. I say it's a good price. That completely depends on how it smells. It could smell trash, in which it's not a good price. So we'll get into it. But first, just looking at the bottle, I know there's been a few comments online about the shipping and communications with the seller of the fragrance. I personally didn't have much issue with shipping. It was ordered quite a while ago, but I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks it took to come. It was wrapped perhaps a little bit strange, but it does come in a box. Like, for the life of me, can't find the box, and the bottle itself is really nice in my opinion. This sort of gold detail that you can see on top of the cap, that changes from bottle to bottle, and it does have the name of the fragrance printed on the side. And then you've got this lovely gold atomizer at the top. So getting right into the fragrance, what it smells like, does it, fall in line with the note breakdown? This fragrance is, first and foremost, is compared heavily to Black Phantom by Kilian. I've never smelled that fragrance, so I can't make a comparison, but if sometimes you get fragrances that smell like, well, apparently smell like other ones, and it's a very divided opinion. This fragrance online, everybody seems to think it smells exactly like Black Phantom. So perhaps bear that in mind, if you already have Black Phantom, maybe you don't need this, but maybe if you didn't want to spend the sort of money Black Phantom is, because I think that's like maybe £300, this could be a good option. The notes at the top of this fragrance are Cuban rum, dark chocolate, and caramel. When I read the note breakdown on this one, I was intrigued. It sounded right up my street. There's also in the mid, you've got like coffee and ylang ylang. And then in the base, patchouli, sandalwood, cedarwood, and vanilla, I want to say. So the note breakdown sounded like a bit of me, like a winter warmer kind of fragrance, very rich, decadent. I'll be honest, I, for some reason, was hoping that it would be more like an artsy fragrance, like you would really smell, it would smell like pure rum, and it would smell like coffee beans, you know what I mean? Like a kind of more indie style fragrance. That's not necessarily what I get. What I do get from the fragrance is just a mix mash of all those notes coming together, not in a bad way. I say mix mash, that sounds bad, it's not. They all come together in a lovely way to give this warming, very sweet, very decadent, just, yeah, winter warmer kind of fragrance. Very cozy, very slightly seductive. I think that, I can never say it. I think that ylang ylang from the mid gives it, like, ylang ylang to me isn't a crazy floral note. It adds just a bit of sweetness, gives off like perhaps a touch of like a tropical sort of vibe, which I guess coincides with the rum. But to this, it does very much make it a unisex fragrance. I think the market into this, perhaps you could be leaning to think it's a more masculine fragrance. I don't find that. I personally think it's a unisex, maybe a sliver more on the feminine side, but definitely by no means strictly a women's, but it's very middle of the road. Being completely honest, this fragrance doesn't really change that much for me. If you like what you smell in the opening, that's what, in my opinion, you're going to get throughout this fragrance. It is a long-lasting fragrance, straight to parfum, and that does, on my skin, that does show through, that does shine through. I'm talking like 7-8 hours, especially on clothes, lasts a lot longer as well. I do really like this smell. I like this scent profile. It's just, for me, and what I was expecting, it's more perfumey. It's more like what you would expect a perfume to smell like, a really good perfume. But for whatever reason in my head, I think because the advertising and the pictures that were associated with it, it was like literal caramel dripping down over coffee beans, and it's more of like a concoction of all those notes coming together to create this sweet, woodsy, resinous, decadent, rich fragrance. Really good stuff. That's going to be my quick take on Insomnia by Fabio Safari. I really like the fragrance. I think for £62 it is a very well priced fragrance. It smells like a very good blend of notes. I was expecting something a little different, but it doesn't mean I'm disappointed. If, like I've said earlier, you know, people have said this smells like Black Phantom, like it's a dead ringer for that fragrance. So I would be happy having this in my collection for £62 as opposed to paying hundreds. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you've smelled this one, let me know. Much love. Peace.